Some experts argue it takes 21 days or 66 days to make a new habit. But no matter how long it takes, days spent in lockdown during the COVID-19 pandemic has somehow become the new normal. Long lines to the supermarket, the parking lot is where you run, your bedroom is your new gym, and the dining table has become your new office. Going down the stairwell makes you think of scenes from The Walking Dead. Only through suffering can we find ourselves. So let's pause, reflect, and focus on the light at the end of this COVID-19 pandemic tunnel. There are important lessons to be learned from this. So here are the 5 money lessons you must learn from the COVID-19 pandemic. Lesson 1. Always have an emergency fund. An emergency fund is simply money set aside for an emergency, unexpected and unplanned expenses such as home repairs like your air conditioning breaking down, medical expenses like having a toothache, and even losing your job. The real question is, how much do you need to have in your emergency fund? It depends on you and your situation, but it's common to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses. In short, if you're a breadwinner for your family, if you have an unstable job, if you or your loved ones have health issues, then set aside a bigger or longer emergency fund. The key to building your emergency fund is to have a budget and follow it, meaning you know where the money you earn goes, and you know your needs from your wants. Lesson 2. Have multiple streams of income. There's so much uncertainty today. Having only one source of income from only one job is very, very risky. Whether you call it a gig, freelancing, moonlighting, part-time job, having an extra money in your pocket each month helps a lot. Planning to buy the latest handbag in fashion? Eyeing the new iPhone? Yes, you can use your extra money to buy these, but if you're smart, you use what's extra to add to your savings. Or you can use the extra money to earn even more extra money, like setting up a business. Take advantage of earning money from something you enjoy and love to do. Lesson 3. Stay invested. The stock market is not for the faint-hearted. This is the reason why every time you buy stocks, you do your research. You know what the company does, what products they sell, who they sell to, who are their competitors. You buy stocks you're sure will be around in the next 10 or so years. This graph shows a short-term view of the Philippine stock market's performance. But compare this to a long-term view of the stock market. Regardless whether the market is up or down, if you invested for the long term, then there's no need to panic. In fact, it might be a good time to buy. Lesson 4. Always invest in yourself. Make yourself valuable. The internet is the biggest source of learning new skills. Learn how to cook by simply watching videos. Learn how to make a website by taking online courses. Expand what you know by listening to podcasts. Discover a creative side by learning how to play an instrument, paint, make jewelry, or even your own clothes. Earning a few certifications here and there, attending workshops, conferences, participating in webinars. There are so many ways to better yourself. The sky is the limit. The financial freedom everyone wants largely depends on your willingness to invest in yourself now. Lesson 5. Get insured. Yeah. You've heard this once before. But if you have people depending on you and your ability to take care of them, your wife, children, elderly parents, it's wise to get a life insurance and term insurance. So even if you're not around, you're still taking good care of them. If your family has a history of illness, it's best to get health insurance to cover for hospitalization. But what if you don't have insurance or you can't afford one at the moment? Taking good care of yourself is a free and cheap way to get insured. You don't have to spend for a gym membership to exercise. Just simply get off from your seat and take a walk outside. Cook your own meals and have a balanced diet and get enough sleep are only few ways to get you started. So that's the top 5 lessons we should learn from this lockdown. To be completely honest, it's not entirely new. These are the same lessons we should have learned from our parents, from our grandparents, our lolas and lolas, from school, from our finance and economics class, from our friends, and especially from history. These are hard lessons. Tough love. But this is what it takes to live in the 21st century and beyond. When the pandemic ends, most likely 95% of people will return to their old habits. Complain about their job, continue buying stuff online they don't really need, and sadly, not preparing for their future till the next pandemic will hit them in the butt again. But 5% will come back stronger. They've learned new skills, started a side hustle, and invested in their future. Which one will you be?